Well, first of all, Taylor, I just want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
You as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and a lot of people are with their families right now, and some people will be heading home tomorrow. So I was wondering what the driving conditions are going to be looking like.
So the weekend is looking a little bit hairy just because we are expecting some major snow accumulations across the entire state of Iowa, with some places even expecting up to a foot. Going to take a quick glance out there right now using our Nexstar Community Credit Union camera up in Cherokee, seeing some cloudy skies right now. We're expecting those to kind of continue throughout the overnight hours. Winds right now out of the north-northwest at about 13 miles an hour, with temperatures hanging out in the upper 20s. So again, a little bit on the chilly side right now as we're going into our temperatures across the board. Again, seeing those 20s right through here, seeing 23 up by Orange City, 27 here in Sioux City and over in Wayne, 31 down by West Point and by Norfolk. Continuing off to our dew point temperatures, you can see that we are having some dry air settling in right now, seeing dew points mainly in the upper teens, low 20s, so that could pose a risk if you are, using your heater. Again, dry air doesn't retain moisture well and could pose a fire risk. Going into our wind speeds, again, seeing winds mainly out of the north-northwest between 5 to 15 miles an hour, potentially a couple stronger gusts in there as well, as we're continuing to monitor the situation as we go into tomorrow. Taking a quick glance at the past 12 hours, mainly seeing that light cloud coverage, some snow in the far southern portions of the region, but us here in Siouxland have been on the drier side, not really seeing all too much over the past 12 hours, but once we flip the script, we're going to start to see those snow chances coming on in. Now going into Friday morning, it's when we're going to start to see those flurries making their way into the area, looking like it's going to start flurrying right around 7 a.m. with those major snow bands starting to come in right around noon. Then we get a little bit of a break as we go into the evening hours, and then right through here is boom, there you go, going to be seeing that next heavy band of snow coming in, going into the overnight hours, into the early morning hours on Saturday, with some potential freezing rain down by Omaha. So keep that in mind if you're traveling south. So continuing on into Saturday, we're going to continue to see that snow pushing through all the way through into Saturday evening, and that'll likely continue into our overnight hours and then moving out by the time we get into our Sunday. Now, taking the regional glance at our snow totals, we're seeing up to 2 feet of snow over by Ottumwa, but closer to home, we're seeing 4 to 8 inches across most of Siouxland. Up by Spencer, up to a foot is possible. Mason City, 12 to 18 inches, but if you go all the way over here to the Panhandle, less than an inch. That's just showing you how widespread this system is going to be. Let's zoom in, let's get the more local view going on, starting off with just a dusting of snow for Friday morning. Then by the time we get into the morning hours and even by the evening on Saturday, we're seeing those heavier snow bands coming in, 12 to 18 inches by Storm Lake, 8 to 12 up by Esterville, 4 to 8 here in Siouxland, and that's a large swath all the way from central all the way over to western Siouxland, seeing that range. Now, like I said, we do have winter weather alerts that will be in effect for this starting tomorrow around noon. So lots of us who are seeing those heavier snow totals are under that winter storm warning, where those of us who will be seeing a little bit less are under that winter weather advisory. So again, we're going to continue to monitor this situation as we go into our Black Friday and our shopping season this weekend. Temperatures tonight hanging out in the upper teens and low teens for some of Siouxland. Increasing clouds. It's going to be on the colder side. So if you're going out and about real late, going out to get those Black Friday deals real early, bring a jacket, bring a coat. It's going to be a little cold. Even if you're going out and about later tomorrow, only rising into the upper 20s with that snow moving in. Again, starting off as flurries, and then by the evening hours is when those heavier bands will be making their way into the area, and we're going to be monitoring those wind gusts as well. For tomorrow, looking like we're going to be gusting around 20 miles an hour. Going into our 9 on 9, like I said, seeing those snow chances continue Friday and Saturday, and then boom, colder for Sunday, dropping to the teens, lows in the low single digits, near zero. That's not fun numbers from my opinion. going into our Monday and Tuesday, clearing out a little bit, going back up into the 20s, and then Wednesday, looking at another chance for some potential snow, and then going into the next week, seeing temperatures start to rise back up a little bit, but we're going to stay below freezing, so it's looking like the snow accumulation is going to be sticking around for a little bit, so make sure you got your shovels and snow plows ready.